Ever send a message and never got a reply? It's a frustrating experience, isn't it? You put yourself out there hoping for a connection, but all you get is silence. You stare at your phone, waiting for that little notification to pop up. You check it again and again. Nothing. It's like time stands still and you're left in limbo. It's like you've entered a black hole of texting despair. We've all been there. The anxiety builds up and you start questioning everything. The truth is, you might be texting wrong. It's not just about what you say, but how you say it. Don't worry, it happens to the best of us. Even the most confident people can struggle with texting. The good news is, texting is a skill. And like any skill, it can be honed and perfected with practice. And just like any skill, it can be learned. There are techniques and strategies that can make your text more engaging and effective. This isn't about playing games or manipulating someone. It's about genuine communication. It's about understanding how to communicate effectively in a digital world. In today's fast-paced society, texting has become a primary mode of communication. It's about making her feel good, sparking her interest, and showing that you care, and making her eager to text you back. When you text with intention and thoughtfulness, it shows. So, are you ready to transform your texting game and finally get the girl? Let's dive in. We'll explore the do's and don'ts of texting, how to keep a conversation going, and ways to make your texts stand out. By the end of this, you'll have the tools you need to text with confidence and charm. Let's get started. Before we get to the good stuff, let's clear the air. Texting can be a minefield, especially when you're trying to impress someone you really like. It's easy to make mistakes that can send her running in the opposite direction, but don't worry, we're here to help you navigate this tricky terrain. There are some common texting mistakes that men make without even realizing it. These mistakes can be subtle, but their impact can be significant. They can turn a promising conversation into a dead end. These mistakes can be the kiss of death for your conversation. Imagine you're having a great chat and suddenly you say something that makes her lose interest. It's like hitting a brick wall. The overtexter, we get it, you're excited, you want to keep the conversation going, but sending a barrage of messages when she hasn't even replied to your first one? Not cool. It can be overwhelming and make her feel pressured. But sending a barrage of messages when she hasn't even replied to your first one? Not cool. It can come across as needy and desperate. And that's not the impression you want to give. It comes across as needy and desperate. Instead, give her some space to respond. Patience is key. A well-timed message can be much more effective than a flood of texts. The one-word wonder. Hey, what's up? Cool. These responses are the equivalent of conversational quicksand. They don't give her much to work with, and the conversation can quickly fizzle out. These responses are the equivalent of conversational quicksand. They suck the life out of any interaction. It's like trying to have a conversation with a brick wall. They suck the life out of any interaction. Instead, try to be more engaging. Ask open-ended questions that encourage her to share more about herself. Give her something to work with. A little effort goes a long way. Show genuine interest in what she has to say, and the conversation will flow more naturally. The emoji overlord. Emojis can be fun, but too many can make you look childish. They should complement your message, not replace it. Use them sparingly to add a touch of personality, not to replace actual conversation. Use them sparingly to add a touch of personality, not to replace actual conversation. A well-placed emoji can enhance your message, but overusing them can be a turn-off. The rambling ranter. Long, rambling texts are overwhelming and difficult to follow. They can make her feel like she's reading a novel instead of having a conversation. Keep your messages concise and to the point. This shows that you respect her time and makes it easier for her to respond. The interrogation. Avoid firing off a string of questions. What are you doing? Where are you? Who are you with? It can feel like an interrogation, not a conversation. What are you doing? Where are you? Who are you with? It feels like an interrogation, not a conversation. Instead, try to weave your questions into the flow of the conversation naturally. It feels like an interrogation, not a conversation. This can make her feel uncomfortable and put her on the defensive. Now that we've identified the pitfalls, let's move on to crafting messages that will have her hitting the reply button in a heartbeat. Remember, the goal is to create a connection and keep the conversation engaging. So let's dive into some tips and tricks to help you become a texting pro. The key to engaging text is simple. Make her feel something. But how do you do that? It's not just about what you say, but how you say it. The tone, the timing, and the content all play crucial roles in crafting messages that keep her hooked. Whether it's laughter, curiosity, or even a little bit of intrigue, your goal is to evoke an emotional response. When she feels something, she's more likely to remember you and look forward to your messages. You want your messages to elicit an emotional response. Think about the last time you received a text that made you laugh out loud or feel a flutter of excitement. Those are the kinds of messages you want to send. Personalize it. Show her that you're paying attention. This means more than just remembering her name. It means recalling details from your conversations and weaving them into your texts. Reference something she said earlier, ask about her day, or bring up a shared interest. These small touches show that you care and are genuinely interested in her life. Or bring up a shared interest. If you both love hiking, mention a new trail you want to explore. If she's into a particular book or movie, ask her opinion on it. These personalized touches make your messages stand out. Be playful and flirty. Don't be afraid to tease her playfully. A little bit of banter can go a long way in keeping the conversation lively and fun. Or pay her a genuine compliment. Compliments can be about her personality, her achievements, or even something as simple as her smile. Just make sure they are sincere and not overdone. Just keep it light-hearted and fun. The goal is to make her smile and feel good when she reads your messages. Avoid heavy or overly serious topics unless the conversation naturally leads there. Ask open-ended questions. Instead of asking yes/no questions, encourage her to share more about herself. This not only keeps the conversation going, but also shows that you are interested in getting to know her better. Encourage her to share more about herself. Ask about her experiences, her dreams, and her opinions. This not only keeps the conversation flowing, but also helps you learn more about her. What's your favorite way to spend a Saturday? This question opens the door to a deeper conversation and gives her the opportunity to share something personal. Is much more engaging than, do you like movies? Yes/no questions can lead to dead ends in conversations. Open-ended questions, on the other hand, invite her to share more and keep the dialogue interesting. Mirror her style. Pay attention to her texting style. Is she formal or casual? Does she use a lot of emojis or keep it simple? Matching her style can make your messages feel more natural and relatable, and try to match her energy. If she's enthusiastic and uses exclamation points, don't be afraid to do the same. If she's more reserved, keep your messages toned down. If she's using emojis, use a few yourself. Emojis can add a fun and playful element to your texts, making them more engaging. If she's sending shorter messages, don't send her a novel. Keep your messages concise and to the point. This shows that you respect her time and are mindful of her communication style. Leave her wanting more. Don't feel the need to respond to every single thing she says immediately. A little bit of mystery can go a long way in keeping her intrigued. A little bit of mystery can go a long way. Don't reveal everything about yourself all at once. Keep some things back to share later. This creates a sense of anticipation and keeps her interested. Remember, texting is a dance, not a race. It's about finding a rhythm that works for both of you. Take your time, be yourself, and enjoy the journey. Take your time, be yourself, and enjoy the journey. Texting should be fun and enjoyable, not stressful. So relax, be genuine, and let the conversation flow naturally.